Well, let's go first to Adel Atieh, who is the deputy head of the Mission of Palestine to the EU. He joins us live from Brussels now. Adel, first of all, can I get your reaction on this latest strike in Jabalia?
It is shocking that a country that pretends to be democratic country, democratic state, that get benefit of the support of the European countries and of the EU is committing a genocide. It is everybody can see those killing, those targeting civilians live. So it is twice shocking for me. It is shocking for me to see that our people is still suffering under this occupation, and it is also shocking to see that this country gets benefit and protected by what the so-called free world. And the position of the international community and mainly the EU encourages Israel to do more massacres and to kill more Palestinians. 500 Palestinians killed in only 1 minute with 6 bombs that the Israeli fighter jets thrown on a very heavily densely populated area in Gaza, what resulted in this big number of killed people.
Adel, we're still getting information about the number of people killed in this attack, and we don't know specifically why the Israeli military targeted this area. I suppose they might say, following those attacks on October the 7th, in which 1,400 people died, they might say there was a specific military target in Jabalia. Would that make any difference to you? Can you accept any justification for this?
Of course, it is ridiculous to justify the killing of 9,000 Palestinians. Today, 9,000 Palestinians were killed by the Israelis. Is it because Hamas did something wrong on October the 7th? They are pretending that Hamas did something very wrong. So does this give Israel the right to massacre civilians, to bomb churches, to bomb hospitals, and to bomb schools? It is obvious to everybody that the target today and yesterday and the day before, those are civilian infrastructures. They are not hitting Hamas fighters. 88% of killed people, killed civilian in Gaza, are civilians. Of them, 3,000 children and 2,500 women. It is unacceptable. Israel continues to lie to the world. Israel continues to manipulate the world. Israel continues to lie to its own population. You do not target civilians. When you blame somebody else to kill civilians, you do not do something even worse than what has happened in October the 7th. Of course, Israel will try always to find the justification for that. It's not the first time. This is a massacre, one more massacre that you can add to the record of Israel since the beginning of this campaign. By the way, since 2008, 16,000 Palestinians were killed by the Israeli army. 16,000 Palestinians up to date were massacred in Gaza by the name of self-defense. This is not self-defense. This is revenge. This is a savage attacking civilians in hospitals and in schools to revenge the act that happened in October the 7th.
And Adel, given the scale of this particular attack, or at least the scale that we seem to be understanding so far, do you think it will have any impact on the international community's position and attitude towards the conflict in Gaza?
This is our mission as diplomats, as Palestinian diplomats here, to push the EU member states and the international community to correct their position. The position that they have taken since the beginning encourages Israel to kill more Palestinians. When Europe and the United States declare that Israel has the full right to defend itself, this is not defense. This is a genocide. This is a revenge. Targeting civilians has never been a strategy of defending yourself. So we're trying to explain to the international community, we can see that the EU position improved a little bit, but yet it does not match our expectations. What we need today is a total ceasefire to save more lives from both sides, by the way, to save the Palestinian lives and to save the Israeli life. This is what we are trying to do, and this is what we are trying to draw the international community attention, that the more there are killing, the more the situation will be complicated for us to control.
Adel Atieh, live for us from Brussels. Some big words there. Thank you for your analysis.